So first up, we have the Van de Graaff generator. Now you're probably asking me, how does this thing work? Well, I'll show you. First of all, we have a power supply. We follow this cord somewhere. I think it goes in this general direction. Here we are. We follow the cord to the back of the Van de Graaff. And here is a motor that spins this belt. Now there's a comb at the base here, which distributes charge onto this belt. This carries the negative charge up to the sphere, whereas there is a receiving comb, and the charge is distributed on the sphere. Now, how is the charge getting to the sphere? That doesn't make any sense. Yes, it does, because if you've learned anything in this class, you'll know that the net electric field in the sphere is 0, meaning that there is no back pressure inside the sphere. So the charge flows out to the sphere practically infinitely, but however, since it's in air, it all dissipates into the air. Unless, if I were to turn this on, and...
This is a magical orb. As soon as I turn it on, and if I keep my hand on it, the electrons from this orb will go through my body, and go through the outer edges of my body, probably my hair, which is pretty long, and if I'm lucky, the electrons will repel each other and cause my hair to stand up.
As you can see, her hair is actually standing up. Hair is, although not heavy, comparatively speaking to the repulsive force, heavy enough so that not all of it shoots up, but you can definitely see that her hair is elevated. This is also made possible by the fact that she is standing on an insulating plate. If she were not, all of the charge would simply run from the machine through her into the ground. But because she's essentially separated from the ground by this plastic insulator, she stays like a closed system. And the hair is pretty far off her head right now. So here's the same Van de Graaff machine. And as you know, when the belt moves, it accumulates charge on the orb. Now, the fact is that this charge is very eager to go somewhere. And particularly wants to go into the ground, because that's, it pursues equilibrium that way. And if I happen to be the fastest way to get to the ground, then the electricity will not hesitate to jump through me. This is a phenomenon commonly known as getting shocked, and in fact, because the lights are off, we might be able to see it. So it's off right now, but as I turn it on, and I hope you can hear me, you see that the belt's moving, and charge is accumulating on the orb. It accumulates pretty fast. There's, based on the voltage of the orb, there's a certain point at which it needs to overcome the resistance of air. So over here, I'm too far away, but as I move my hands, I get shocked. Sometimes you can get shocked pretty hard. You can actually feel your hair stand up as your hair gets attracted, and that's when you know you're like just getting close. Like I can feel, and you can maybe see all my little hairs on my arm are standing up because they're being attracted by the electricity. And then if I get a little closer, ooh, I can really feel it. So that kind of hurts, so I won't do it anymore. But as you can see, the electricity is very eager to leave the orb. And then when I turn it off, it won't build up anymore, simply what's already there. So I'll take one more for the team, and it is discharged.
Cut lights! Lights on, please. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my evil lair. Today I will show you my greatest evil plan. It is Le Tesla coil. Excuse me. Now then, I will show you how my plan will work. Step 1. I plug le plug into le outlet.
I wouldn't do that yet.
Step 2. The electricity runs through the cable into the transformer. The transformer steps the current up to a much higher voltage. Then this voltage runs through the spark gap. You can see it discharging to those orbs. Now, this regulates the capacitor here because the capacitor operates at a very specific frequency. So, the capacitor releases its charge at very specific intervals modulated by this spark gap. Now, once the charge is stored in the capacitor, it discharges at this specific frequency into the primary coil indicated by the white wires. This primary coil induces a current in the secondary coil indicated by the copper wire. This induced current runs into the brass orb, which, cut the lights, I take this grounding rod and hold it up to the orb, it discharges. Now isn't that nice, ladies and gentlemen? And with this machine, I shall take over the world! Now that that's out of the way, what else do I have to do? Let's see, I made my really evil plan. Buy really evil groceries. Henchman, give me my list!
So over here we have the coil of Nikola Tesla himself, although this one's been built more recently. As you can see, it's a lofty electrical machine, and although I won't get close to it for safety purposes, even though I probably wouldn't get hurt, you can see that you have, in short, the box with the primary coil and all the other workings, which will be elaborated on in a different video. This very tall copper tube is the secondary coil, and then that pin there is the breakout point. That's where all the electricity will come from. So as you can see here, it's just plugged into this electrical source. I have in my hand, this is the cable leading to, it's like essentially an on-off. Here's the on-off box. It just has like literally on-off, and then this is a frequency switch. This will like moderate how many times it will spark. So you can see I'm going to plug it in and just take a little bit back.
Evil groceries, I will take over the world!
Asthmatic antagonist!
Oh,
your spree is at an end!
Well, what the... Oh! Ow! 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 Ow!
Without using my hands.